What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another football video. Today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of match day number 3 for the start of the Premier League season for the 2024-2025 campaign. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, you can find them in the description or sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your predictions as well in the comments below. So just having a quick skeg here at match day 2, and I've not done too shabby. 2 correct scores, 4 correct results, 4 incorrect. It's not too bad getting the Fulham Leicester game and the Liverpool Brentford game absolutely spot on, getting the City Ipswich, Spurs Everton, Villa Arsenal and also Wolves Chelsea's results correct as well, and not too far away on a couple of them as well, so not too shabby at all. I've scored myself a 4 out of 10. I always think there's room for improvement, and hopefully for match day number 3 we can maybe get 3 or 4 correct scores out of 10. That would be absolutely amazing, and ensuring that we're only getting maybe 1 or 2 of them incorrect would be a really solid week. So we will see how we do end up doing. So on to match day number 3, all the games taking place across the weekend through Saturday and Sunday, starting on the last day of August, on Saturday 31st of August, in the early kickoff you've got Arsenal taking on Brighton at the Emirates Stadium with the early kickoff of 12:30 PM BST, with the game being broadcast live here in the UK on TNT Sports. I'm going with an Arsenal victory for this game, going for a comfortable victory, a good 3 points for Arsenal. Brighton got off to a pretty decent start to the season. Going with Arsenal with the win though, going with a clean sheet for them as well, going 2-0 to Arsenal. Now moving on to the 3 PM game, starting with the match in West London between Brentford and Southampton, going with a home victory here, both teams to score, going for 2-1 for Brentford in that game. I think they'll be too strong for Southampton, and I think they'll pick up the win. Everton taking on AFC Bournemouth. Difficult one to call this one, because Everton haven't got off to the best of starts, to say the least, and this is a game that they should be identifying as a game that they should be winning and picking up 3 points, but they've just not looked very good, and their confidence must be shattered right now. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw, and I wouldn't rule out Bournemouth potentially winning that game, and if they do, what does that mean for the future of their manager Sean Dyche at Everton? So I'm going score draw 1-1 there. Now we're moving on to the match in Suffolk. You've got Ipswich taking on Fulham at Portman Road. I'm going with an away win here, going with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Big game for Ipswich, obviously a nice introduction to the Premier League with a home match against Liverpool and an away match against Manchester City. Doesn't get more difficult than that. Now they've got a home game against Fulham where they'll be thinking, right, can we get our first points on the table? Can we pick up our first win in the Premier League? And Fulham, I think there's less pressure on them than there is on Ipswich, and I think it'll tell. I think Fulham will win that game, going with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Moving on to a match in the East Midlands, you've got Leicester City taking on Aston Villa, and I'm going with a 2-0 away win for Aston Villa. I think they'll be too strong for Leicester, so I'm going for 3 points there for Aston Villa. And then moving on to Nottingham Forest taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers, gone with another draw, this time not a score draw, not both teams to score. A very boring 0-0 for that game is what I'm going for there, and nothing to really split the two sides at the City ground. Now moving on to the game in the early evening or late afternoon, whatever time you want to call it, at 5:30 PM BST, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports from East London. You've got West Ham United taking on Manchester City, and I think City will end up being too strong for West Ham in that game. I think West Ham will give City a really good game, but I think City will show that quality in particular into the second half, so I'm going both teams to score, but City to come out on top, and 3 points for them and for City to potentially stay on top of the Premier League once more. And then moving on to the Sunday games, you've got 2 games kicking off at 1:30pm BST, starting with Chelsea taking on Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. I think Chelsea will be too strong for Palace. I think Chelsea will end up picking up a cruising, comfortable, controlled game, winning 2-0, which their game against Wolves was very much a goals galore kind of game. I think it'll be a bit of a different game. Palace, I think Chelsea were too strong, so going for a 2-0 victory for them. And then moving on to one of the more interesting games of the weekend up in the North East, you've got Newcastle taking on Tottenham Hotspur. That again, 1:30pm BST kickoff time, game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. And I weren't too sure about my thoughts on this game and who's going to win. I think it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong battle. I think it'll be a very close game, a nip-and-tuck kind of game, and I think Newcastle will ultimately come out on top. I think they'll make home advantage count. I think they'll beat Tottenham Hotspur, going for both teams to score. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Spurs go to St James's Park and end up winning that game, but I'm going with Newcastle to make home advantage count, and I'm going for 2-1, but I'd probably say that was probably the most difficult game that I've had all weekend in trying to pick a team who may win that match, but I'm going with Newcastle to win the game by 2-1. And then moving on to the final game at 4pm, you've got Manchester United taking on Liverpool, game being broadcast live on Sky Sports, and I'm going with an away win for Liverpool. I think United I've not seen anywhere near enough from them to showcase that I think that they're ready to challenge for the top 4 this season. I think they're far behind where Man City and Arsenal are at. I think Liverpool are too strong for them as well. So I'm going with both teams to score, 2-1 victory for Liverpool, putting more pressure onto Eric Ten Hag, but I think Liverpool will pick up the 3 points, which of course showcases another weekend in Manchester of the blue side coming out on top. City win, United lose. So that's what I think is going to happen with my predictions for this match day number 3 in the Premier League. So do let me know your predictions, guys, in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I am on that push towards 38,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. You can find them in the description for my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I will see you guys all again very soon for another football video for you guys to enjoy. So do stay tuned to my channel for that. And thank you so much for the continued success of the channel so far. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.